not happy about how that played out?
Not happy taking that many penalties. Doesn't matter if we agreed with the calls or not. It really doesn't have any impact on anything.
You've been part of a game where, I mean, in the playoffs, you always hear they're not supposed to call these calls, right? Not blowing the whistle late. Is it surprising in a way that there are so many calls late in these games? Last two in particular?
They're calling stick fouls and they're calling penalties that they think are automatic calls. So that's nothing surprises me.
The idea to come back, is it just to keep the team in the same rotation? I mean, obviously the next game is Tuesday night, so with this long gap, is this a good ability to come back home?
Trying to get some guys healed up. It's not easy. More time gives the player more time.
In regards to the top line, are they getting scoring opportunities that you're liking? Is their overall play something that you think is a concern at all, or is it just not a?
Which is our top line?
The Kopitar, Brown, Williams line.
Well, Richard's line has produced more in the playoffs than Kopi's line, so it's who you like most is your top line. I don't think you get by with the top line, one top line. I think we're playing against a team with two top lines, and we need our two top lines to be, without having our top checking centerman, we needed those two lines to be very productive. And I think if I look at this series, just thinking about it, I think we've scored 4 even strength goals, and I think Richard's line has scored 3, and Louis and Tyler's scored 1 last night, so that's 4 in the series. So,
in regard to the Kopitar line, are you?
I just said if we've scored 4 even strength goals in the series and they haven't scored 1, then I would say that we expect more.
What do they need to do to fulfill those expectations other than put the puck in there? I mean, what do they need to do to be able to do that?
It's tough to score in playoffs.
Sure.
It's a lot tougher. There's not much space out there, and you gotta be a great competitor, and you gotta be willing to put the puck at the net, and you gotta be willing to go to the net.
Quick's frustration, is it because he feels they get the goalie interference call and he didn't? He maybe feels that he's been interfered with?
Generally, teams talk about in playoffs about putting, especially when they're the Conn Smythe winner on this defending champion team. I'm going to assume that if I was coaching against them, that I'm going to say shoot lots, because percentages give us a better chance and get as much traffic as you can. So I think San Jose has that mindset, as St. Louis did last series, because both teams, if you look at it, 5-5 during the season, did not have a high goals for potential. So you're trying to get your team to shoot more. You're trying to get players to go to the net more. And I think that last series there was some contact made with Jonathan, and this series there was. Yes.
So do you share that frustration then?
Pardon?
Do you share that frustration?
What
Is
frustration?
Jonathan Quick?
No, I think he's got to handle that. He can't be frustrated. I mean, that's that's a byproduct of being a great goaltender.
Coach, you have Tanner Pearson in the game last night. What were your thoughts about his first game in the NHL?
I thought he was fine. I mean, we were trying to get a few more minutes out of him, obviously, than we'd got out of who we had in before. Just as the game worked out, because the way the third period was with penalties and so forth, didn't use him. So the shifts he got, he played fine. I said it after the game. I don't know why. It's a big deal. He's played in bigger games than that. He represented his country at World Junior last year. It was a significant part of it, and so I don't think that was last night's game would be any bigger for him than those.
Looked like he had Lewis back at center for that last game. Did you like how he did in that spot?
We used several different players at several different positions, including Louis.
Good.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just, I know can't necessarily talk about injuries. Do you have anything that you can tell us about how Jarrett might be feeling or Kyle Clifford might be feeling?
Well, Clifford is out there practicing, and Jared is not. So that pretty much, you have the same thing that I have, right? Jared is not practicing, which means he's following protocol. Cliff is practicing, which means he's got the next step.